Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Hope you're all well. We're going to continue with our project from yesterday, which was this. So I'm going to set it down, turn the camera down. Everything is glued on. I'll just recap what we did. We decoupaged this beautiful piece and sealed it and added some different flowers on it. Now I was going to add with my contour liner some branches, but I decided against that, and instead I'm going to do something else. This is still annoying me, so what we're going to do is put it on here until we're ready to resin. The other thing that I decided to do last night was to add some, this looks like water to me, and so we're going to add some glass to represent the water. But you also remember that we worked on the wood on the sides to cover this. Let me just move this to cover this. And I started doing it on this side, and I don't know if you can see, but I really do like it. I did half, and we will start by doing the other half, or the other parts, with you. So, in order to apply the woody bend, you first need to heat it up. And then we're just going to apply a good wood glue. I use Titan Bond Quick and Thick, or you can use the Woody Bend one, which I can't find right now. So we're just going to use, let me show you how to better do this. Hi Ari, I hope you're well. Hi Hazel. When I look up, I sometimes see comments, so I'm hoping that sorry, you're not seeing what I'm doing. I'm just trying to apply a good amount of wood glue to the side, and going to apply some heat again. I should be doing it this way so that you can see what I'm doing. And you squeeze it, and you can remove the glue by just getting a damp cloth. And I just want to, the more it squeezes, the better. That means it's got good contact. The first part of the live was yesterday, so you can check it out. I'm just going to keep my fingers on here to make sure that I have good contact everywhere. I'm still getting some of the wax because I didn't wax it off. So I'm just going to use my heat gun again to make sure that it's really getting good contact. Now, if you remember, this was angled, so we're going to have to heat up the bottom as well. That's a little bit of glue here. And I'm going to add a little bit more glue here because it's separating. And don't forget, what I said yesterday was that I said I found a poem, but actually I asked AI, I described the picture, and I asked AI to create a poem for me. So they did. I haven't printed it, but I will, and I will use it to, oops, well, it's already opened. I'm just going to add a little bit more glue. Now you can also spread the glue with a brush. And that's the first side done. Now, if you noticed, I kept a little bit longer from here. Let me get it a better position so that I can splice over it with the part that goes on here. So let's do that. So I'm going to heat it up again. Oops, this has dried up on me before. Let me just heat it up again. I'm just going to add a little bit here. I should have spread it out with my brush. Let me try and find one that will work. So I'm just going to keep my fingers on here. Remember, this is a difficult angle and needs a little bit more care than normal. So just bear that in mind. Under normal circumstances, we don't have to bend anything over. And I'm still squeezing out the glue. So let me just heat up again. Okay, I think this is good. And now it's this side's turn. And as I was saying, I left this on purpose to overlap so that once we apply it, I can splice over and be able to turn it. It'll be much easier. This time I'm going to add the glue on the wood you bend. It'll sorry, it'll be easier for you to see what I'm doing. And I just lost my brush. Oh no, I didn't. Oh no, I didn't. And I'm just spreading it. And I know some of it is going to overflow and come out and squeeze out, and that's fine too. Okay. So we need, oops, this top part again. I'm just going to heat it up. trying to get a good angle. And as soon as I push in and I get a good contact, this I thought was going to help, did not. I'm going to use a knife. Hopefully I can find my knife. If not, I will use the, oh, there it is. To cut this so that we can get an even splice. I think that's what we call it, a splice. And for that, I need to stand up. And I'm just overlapping both pieces. So that I can get a good connection. This needs more heat. I also noticed something else, that this did not get a good connection. I'll do the underneath as soon as I finish the gluing. And I'll show you the side in just a minute. So you can see how once the glue dries, it'll dry clear. And the bottom I will turn in as soon as this has really settled. Let's do the next side, which will be this one. But first, let's add the glue. And I forgot to show you the first side. Betty, I can see some, but not all the time. Only if they flash on my screen. Okay, so now let's add glue. I think it's easier for me to do it this way so that I can show you. But you can apply it to the directly to the wood as opposed to this. And I'm just spreading it out. I still put too much on, but it's escaping at the bottom. So again, I'm going to and add the heat. I'm going to overlap again and cut. Yeah, well, I'm always looking for something. And right now I'm looking for the knife that I used to cut. Just heat it up again. It's going to get hard. Hopefully this will work. Doing the last part. Again, moving the glue. And we just have this little bit left to do before we add. Actually, I'm not going to touch this because this might wrap around here. Let me see. Yeah, it's going to wrap around a little bit. Yeah. So let me just get the glue. And I've lost the bottom of my glue, or the top of it. I'm going to try and add a little bit less glue if I can. We can always add more if we need. I was going to go on tomorrow for another live, but I think from now till the end of summer, I've decided I'll only do 2 YouTubes a week, which is especially good if it's like a 2-step process, as this one is. I can't do everything immediately. And then I will decide by the end of summer what I'm doing. How could I have lost my cutter, my thing? But I did. And I'm going to heat up again before I cut. It's still warm. I'm just cutting this one because when we turn around, I don't want it to to get in the way. That's because it's turned under, so it was harder to apply. I'm going to add some more here. Now I'm going to attempt to splice between those two, and I'm still looking for my... Oh, I found it. It's on the floor. Okay, hopefully this will be easier to do, and you can see. And I'm just removing the underneath. Now, if you cut it a little bit too short, which looks like what happens here, you can stretch it out by about 1 or 2%. No, maybe 10%, I think they said. So this needs a little bit of painting here because of the design and where I cut. Okay, so now it's time to put the glass on for the river. Get some gloves and clean my hands. Okay. I just want to grab something. I'm going to need some gloves. And I have them right here. For once, I actually have them near me. And I'm going to use the epoxy resin that I've been using for a while, since I got back. Although my preferred is the Fast Cure. Let's put some glass here. I ordered this online, and I want them laying flat. I don't want them, this one is no good. You still need to go through them a little bit. I'm not going to glue these because they're laying flat. But if they were on top of each other, I might. So I'm just right now putting them in, making sure they are where I want them. I don't like this one either, or this one. Just moving them. I might need to add a few more. I'm just moving some from areas that I don't think need it to areas that do, before adding some more. I might add a little bit more here. I think I want one here. And maybe here. I could also add some stones, but I don't think I'm going to. But that's an idea that you could also do. Add some stones on the edges. I wonder how it would look if I did. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to be good. Oops. Okay, so let's get the resin. It's right behind me. And a cup. And I think I might do 2 ounces because there isn't that much to resin. And you remember that in any resin there's A and B. And they typically tell you which one is A and which one is B. Now I noticed the inside of my cup was a little bit dirty, so I'm just spraying it. Okay, let's, I'm going to measure here, and that's a bit dangerous, but that's what I'll do. So if I do 30, I'm going to do 1 and 1. So this is epoxy resin by Let's Resin, and that's, I'm pouring 1 ounce. And this is A. And remember, after you use it, close it. And this is a high gloss crystal clear epoxy resin. I'll show you the picture in a minute. Oops. I put too much of the B, and that's a mistake. That sometimes happens. And I'm just going to try and correct it by adding a little bit more. Hopefully, I haven't messed up my recipe. I've been getting a lot of messages on my messenger, and I can't answer them. And I don't know who it is. Okay, so I'm going to start timing. 3:45. And I'm stirring gently. Now you always wear gloves, please. Tie your hair back. My hair is tied. And it looks like I might have made too much. But I'll pour it into a mold. And stir gently because you will get bubbles. One way that I also use to get rid of bubbles besides this is spraying some alcohol inside the cup. Betty, I just saw your name on iText. I can only get text messages when I'm on the live. I can't open anything. particularly not when I'm stirring resin. Okay, 2 minutes have gone by. And you also need to read the directions of the company that's making the resin, because not all resins are the same. There are some resins that are 2-to-1 ratio, some resins are 1-to-1, some are by weight, some are by volume, like this one is. So it varies, and I don't know if you can see the bubbles or not, but there are a few. Okay, almost there. And when you're stirring, I forgot to mention, make sure you do the bottom and the edges. I'm going to get my alcohol spray and see what it does here. Didn't do much. Well, it took a few bubbles away, but not much. So I'm just going to add drizzle on. And then I'm probably going to have to use my hands. And when you're using clear, it typically becomes so much brighter. I was holding my breath for some reason, and I shouldn't have. Also, make sure you don't get that your areas are all covered, but sometimes if there's oils, or it could be the actual paper or whatever it is that you're using is not trying to turn this on its side, but it's not working, so I'm not going to fiddle with it. Sometimes you'll get areas that won't want to cover. Sometimes it could be because there's too little resin. I found a little bit of something here. And that's okay. They're not meant to be perfect. Like my edges may not, well, they should accept the resin, but they may not. And also, just remember that what we have underneath is piece of wood, and wood does not stop, it keeps the bubbles coming up. I want to do here and then go and concentrate on the bottom. I can see that the center has some missing areas. And this resin supposedly self-levels. I'm just looking for areas that I don't have any resin on. I'm trying to see, make sure. I could use my fingers as well. I saw, Betty, your message, something about Ari using pouring glaze. I couldn't see all of it, but my hands are quite full at the moment and I cannot touch anything. And yes, of course, you can do it with pouring resin, or pouring glaze rather. And there are some items that I will use pouring glaze, yeah, for. And that's a good idea. I'm just making sure that I get everywhere. Trying to get under the flowers as well. Make sure you do that. Oops. Accident almost. I'm just checking the edges. And I've got here left to do, and then checking it again. This resin also has a 45-minute working time, and you should check all the resins, of every resin that you use. Here it doesn't see, the resin seems to be moving away because of the wax. So I'm trying to add a little bit more. It's very hard to see on black and white whether you've covered everywhere for some reason. I'm going to add a little bit here because it seems a little bit. And here. I'm just adding wherever I see, like here. It seems not to be. Take your time when you're doing this because, you know, resin is not cheap. Oh, I'm still finding places. I'll keep checking it every 15 minutes for the next hour or so. And I see a little bit here. Just a little. Because if I don't stop and do it immediately, I'm going to forget where it is. I see areas here. Seems like the edges are my problem. But that's to be expected, I guess. Okay, now I think we're done. Oh, great, now this won't start. Just keep the gun moving. You can also use a heat gun. I just found a little bit more here. And I'm looking for debris as well, which I don't see. But this is it. I'm going to leave it like this till tomorrow. Don't forget, tomorrow I will not be on. I will see you again next Tuesday. Take care, everyone. Bye. Oh, I need to take my glove off to turn it off.